Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the VR run-through series. Or I guess this is a multi-part episode. I am looking at the program VirtualSpeech on the Oculus Quest 2, and this is being captured within the XRcast Studio on the Penn State Behrend campus. So far, as I said, I'm in the leadership communication module. I've gotten through all of these ones on the top row, so you can check out those episodes if you're interested in any of those exercises. Now I'm going to take a second here and go through the pitching a new project. This is an environment that we have seen before, the actual environment. Let's see if there's some new spin on this. Pitching a new project. Present a new project for your team to work on over the next few months. Load your own presentation slides. As we've seen, you could do that in the past. Oh, it got rid of the instructions. So I guess this is one they don't really give you much context. There's no narrative. It wasn't like the other one with the images that are going through here. Instead, this is just, maybe this assignment could be put together a 7-8 minute pitch or whatever. And including questions, you could say put together a 10-minute pitch, 5 minutes for the presentation, and then leave so much for audience questions. And again, this could be analyzed, video recording could be done, and then that could always be submitted later for an assignment. Do that. Then we could have any of these pitch decks. Again, this could be one that the student actually brings in themselves, so they're having they're doing a real presentation on their idea, and they're looking, and you hear some coughing, such as those distractions. I mean, you see the head shaking, sipping coffee, stuff like that. So, and you could, as I said, add questions. I have showed this before, but the ability to have notes, if I just used some sample one, the Gettysburg Address, I am able to move this. But, yeah. So, this is a cool environment. Definitely, with this exercise, the students have to come in with something themselves already to be able to really take advantage of it, whether it be a note reel like this, plus having a presentation, plus maybe, excuse me, just hit the desk here, maybe having some audience questions prepared and whatnot. And yeah, these distractions are very, very good. They do help you really get used to staying on track. So let me stop analysis. Calculating results. That timer's still going. It's pretty good. What does the video recording look like? I hope there is audio, because I'm not hearing any audio on that. Do that. Then we could have any. I guess they don't have a video and audio. They just have video. The student actually brings in themselves, so they're having they're doing a real presentation on their idea, and they're looking, and you hear some coughing, such as those distractions. I mean, you see the head shaking, sipping coffee, stuff like that. So, and you could, okay, as I said, add questions. So I think that was all that needs to be seen in here. This was the pitching a new project. You got to bring context, good environment. I like that there is the audio and visual recording. Then this is another exercise we have seen before. Let's see if this is a new one. If there's anything new with this. Doesn't appear. I mean, I could again start the same analysis, audience questions, presentation. It's just that this is a little bit bigger. On a bigger scale, if I did a presentation, we can see. Yeah. Much larger, a little bit more intimidating potentially. So, very cool. How do I get it? There you go. So, I've seen these two in this video. Since those were pretty quick, I'll just go ahead and look at this one as well. Active listening exercises. So, that's interesting. They go from, this is leadership communication, so it's not just about delivering bad news and speaking yourself, and maybe pitching ideas, but also listening. So, this is a cool one. Let's see. There's two options here. I'm going to just go through both of them. The story of Goldilocks. Now I'm going to listen to this narration and answer the quiz questions at the end.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks who had long blonde hair. She went for a walk in the forest and soon came upon a house. She knocked on the door and when no one answered, walked straight in. At the kitchen table, there were 3 bowls of porridge. Goldilocks was hungry, so she tasted the porridge from the first bowl. "This porridge is too hot," she exclaimed. So she tasted the porridge from the second bowl. "This porridge is too cold," she said. So she tasted the last bowl of porridge. "Ah, this porridge is just right," she said happily and ate it all up. After she'd eaten the 3 bears' breakfasts, she decided she was feeling a little tired, so she walked into the living room where she saw 3 chairs. Goldilocks sat in the first chair to rest. "This chair is too big," she exclaimed. She then sat in the second chair. "This chair is also too big," she whined. So she tried the last and smallest chair. "This chair is just right," she sighed. But just as she settled down into the chair to rest, it broke into pieces. Goldilocks was extremely tired by this time, so she went upstairs to the bedroom. She lay down in the first bed, but it was just too hard. She lay down in the second bed, but it was too soft. Then she lay down in the third bed, and it was just right, and she fell asleep. As she was sleeping, the 3 bears came home. "Someone's been eating my porridge," growled Papa Bear. "Someone's been eating my porridge," said Mama Bear. "Someone's been eating my porridge and they ate it all up," cried Baby Bear. "Someone's been sitting in my chair," growled Papa Bear. "Someone's been sitting in my chair," said Mama Bear. "Someone's been sitting in my chair and they've broken it to pieces," cried Baby Bear. They decided to look around some more, and when they got upstairs to the bedroom, Papa Bear growled, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." "Someone's also been sleeping in my bed," said Mama Bear. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed and she's still there," cried Baby Bear. Just then, Goldilocks woke up and saw the 3 bears. She screamed, jumped up, and ran out of the room. Goldilocks ran down the stairs, opened the door, and ran away into the forest. She never returned to the home of the 3 bears.
Interesting. Okay, so I have to say, in terms of narration, we'll see how the questions go here. I think they did well with making it challenging to listen all the way through actively. It was easy to phase out. It was raining, I believe. Oh, guess not. I think without knocking. Darn it. Wow. Finished all the porridge? I think so. 3 chairs in the kitchen, yes. Darn. That was the largest. False. True. Bedroom is upstairs. True. True. Darn. Yeah, I mean, I didn't do that well. I guess that goes to show. I didn't know what details it was going to ask about, so it's challenging. You got to pay attention a little bit more closely. Okay, so that was the Goldilocks one. Let's do the conference call exercise. You're sitting in on a short conference call for a project. Pay attention to what's being said and by whom, as you'll be quizzed at the end. So, what is being said and by whom? Perfect. This is a good example of what you would.
Hi, this is Julian speaking.
Hi, Fernando here.
Hi, this is Sarah.
Hi everyone, Tom here. Thanks everyone for attending this meeting with updates about the project. I know we're all working cross-functionally, but so far the stakeholders are really pleased with how it's going. This project should really benefit our bottom line, so we need to quickly move forward with it.
Thanks, Tom. Yes, it's an important project and exciting to be collaborating with you all.
Yes, true. It's important, but we're also busy with our regular jobs that I feel like it's been difficult to make any real, tangible progress on it.
I understand, Fernando, and that's a good point you make. I know that you have a lot on at the moment, combining this project with your regular jobs.
So what exactly do we need to do and by when?
Good question, Sarah. We have a number of key deliverables to discuss, so it's essential we're all in agreement about roles and responsibilities, and also the timelines we're working to.
Great. I think that will really help us.
Yes, let's make sure we're all clear on this so we can prioritize the tasks.
The first thing we need to do is design the customer survey questionnaire. We can use a tool like Typeform, for example, for it. I've used them before and they're really, really useful.
That sounds like a good idea, especially if you can set this up fairly easily.
Yeah, we've done something similar on previous projects.
So, will you do that, Tom?
I'd love to, but I'm already tied up managing this project, and my line manager, Beth, has agreed that I should focus on the timelines, reporting, and financial management. I'd like Julian to lead on the questionnaire. You learned about this on your Coursera course, didn't you?
Yeah, happy to take it on.
Thanks, Julian. The next thing we need to finalise are the new designs. Fernando, you said you could do this in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I know, but that was last month, and then nothing happened. I'm overloaded at the moment, and my manager won't be happy if I don't hit my targets. Sorry, but this project has to take lower priority for me right now.
I see. I can understand the challenge you're facing. I've been in that situation before. So what can we do to help you hit those targets and free up some of your time?
If I can get a slight reduction in my targets for this month, then I could use the extra time to finish the designs for this project.
Okay, I'll try and talk to your manager. We might not be able to get your targets reduced, but I'll see what we can do.
How about if I support Fernando on this? I know his job well and I have some capacity at the moment. I can help him meet his targets and then he'll have time to finish the designs for this project.
Could you, Sarah?
I'm not sure if it's fair asking Sarah to be supporting Fernando in his regular job so we can work on this project.
It's up to you, but I'm happy to support Fernando with his regular work just for a couple of weeks so he can create the designs. He has the most knowledge and experience with them, so I think it's important that he does the designs.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it. Fernando, would that work for you?
Yes, that would. Thanks.
Okay, that's settled then. Thanks both. I really appreciate your help on this. So can you get them done by the end of June, please?
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
So, first impressions of that, I liked it. I mean, maybe you can say obviously it was scripted. Some of the conversation maybe felt a little forced, but in general, it wasn't that bad. And actually, I really like how the narrative was laid out. It appeared, you were starting to get a sense of the work relationship between them, and some of them voiced opposition to things, and there was a little bit of back and forth at times, and I'll have to speak to the manager, and what if I take on the role, and blah blah blah. So I think that was good. We'll see how well I was able to listen here. I think this is a good practice exercise for people to be able to listen, and in general just get used to what the flow of a business conversation might be like on a team like that, when everybody has their own things that they have to juggle already. So the project is important because I think it's that one. Fernando is concerned about taking on work, not having time. What? He has studied it in a course. Initially asked for reduction in his targets. Oh. Was it Sophia? For some reason I thought it was Sarah. Not entirely positive. Oh. The most experience. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I thought those. But anyways, I guess it goes to show it is harder than you think. So I think this was valuable, being able to experience that type of meeting. Both exercises, which I could probably replay and try to listen a little bit more closely. This one is obviously a little bit more theoretical, more of a story, so I guess that's good for when someone might be rambling, making sure that you're still sticking with it and remembering those details that they mentioned. And the conference call was interesting, just picking up on the cues between them, trying to follow along with their logic and see their incentives and everything. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. That was within the active listening portion of this module. I will cut it off here for now. And yeah, this was a VR run-through, or this is one piece of a VR run-through of the VirtualSpeech program on an Oculus Quest 2. This is being captured by the XRcast Studio here at Penn State Behrend. And yeah, tune back in and keep checking out these exercises. Adios.